This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student-athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at OhioHealth.
We welcome you into the Convocation Center in Athens, Ohio, as we get ready for the first of 3 district finals here this afternoon. We'll be kicking off the district tournament action with the Minford Falcons and the North Adams Green Devils. Dewey Daly and John Bruce with you this afternoon. Always a pleasure to have you along with us. John, a rematch of last year's district final one in which North Adams took after falling to Minford earlier on in the regular season by double digits. Very similar situation here in 2024. Excited to see this one play out.
Yeah, if you joined us on December 16th, you would have seen, well, maybe not December 16th, 12th. I didn't write the date down, Dewey did. If you joined us on December 12th, you would have seen a 53-35 win for the Minford Falcons at North Adams, a game that Bennett Kaiser really dominated from start to finish on the offensive glass. And, you know, that's one of the big things that North Adams is going to have to take care of tonight. And apparently Miles Montgomery pulling up from the Bobcat at midcourt as he's warming up. I'm guessing that's the way he finishes most of his warm-ups as it goes. So kind of threw us off here a little bit. But this one should be a really good matchup. North Adams has been absolutely on fire. Really, they've only had one loss since then. It was an overtime loss to Division IV district champion South Webster. So they have been playing really well. They have the district player of the year in Branson Copus. It's an outstanding team. They play with a ton of fire, and they're going to have to bring that on the glass tonight because Bennett Kaiser is a problem on the glass, and he has been every time they've played. If they rebound the ball, this could be a really tight game. If they don't rebound the ball, we could see Bennett Kaiser go crazy, kind of like he did in the fourth quarter of their win in the district semifinals over Fairland.
Yeah, and as you alluded to, a very hot stretch for the Green Devils since that loss to Minford back on December 12th. Only, I believe, their 3rd or 4th game of their season. 18 of their last 19. That only lost to South Webster, who picked up a district final win over Trimble last night. A 60-56 win for the Green Devils last Sunday against Ironton in the district semifinal. 11-seeded Ironton making a pretty solid run. They eventually do fall, obviously, to North Adams. 3-2 seed with them in Minford. I don't think too often you get the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds in the district final, but this year that's what we have.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of people, anticipated, especially with, let's say, Northwest. And a lot of people didn't really respect this North Adams team, and I don't really know why, but they came out on fire last week as they were up 18 at the half. But then Ironton really upped the pressure, got it tied a couple of different times in the fourth quarter. Then Jace Rothwell knocked down a pair of free throws with about 15 seconds left, and they get a couple defensive stops to get that 4-point win to earn their way back here to this district championship game.
And for Minford, they're given the 2 seed in the tournament for a large majority of the season. When you looked at the RPIs, held the number 1 seed, but after falling to Wheelersburg in their second meeting down the stretch, they dropped down, I think at one point to 3, but eventually bumped back up to 2. They finished the regular season out as the 2 seed, currently 19-4 under Coach Josh Shoemaker. 58-45 win last Sunday in the district semifinal. They've won 6 in a row, looking for their first district title since 1995.
Yeah, consistency hasn't really been the name of the game this year for Minford. It seems like they get kind of hot and they get a little bit cold. They've been up and down throughout the year, but they've gotten hot at the right time. As you mentioned, 6 straight wins. You've got a first-team All-District player in Miles Montgomery, who is a first-team All-Ohioan as a sophomore. He's averaging 22.7 points a game. And then you got Bennett Kaiser, another junior, 19.1 points a game, also first-team All-District. And then a third-team All-District player in Jackson Shoemaker, who also averages nearly 12 a game. So with those big 3, if they can get something positive out of Troy Rhodes and Jeff Pika, you know, this is a dynamite team.
Minford Falcons and North Adams Green Devils Division 3 district final coming up in a moment. We'll now pause for the national anthem.
Everyone, Mike Glockner.
I'm Brandon Callahan
of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at glocknercdjr@portsmouth.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
You look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at OhioHealth left cancer in the dust.
The athletes, coaches, and officials are guests of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. The request to regard them as such and so treat everyone in keeping with the ideals of good sportsmanship. Remember, just as you expect sportsmanship on the courts,
Starters moments away from being introduced by Lou Horvath here at the Convo. John, one thing we were talking about on the car ride home last night was how it seems North Adams one of those teams that gets going early, whereas Minford seems to come on later in contests.
Yeah, like we said in the pregame with that last week, it was an 18-point game at the half for North Adams because they came out so hot. When in their sectional final win over Zane Trace, they got going crazy early in that game, scored over 40 points in that one as well in the first half, and then kind of cooled down a little bit in the second half. Not as much as they did in that Ironton game. But Minford got off to a slow start against Fairland, and then they were able to make a big run late, and especially in the fourth quarter. After they had tied it in the third, fourth quarter they dominated that game to take home, was it 13-point victory?
This season?
Over Fairland for Minford.
Oh, yes, it was 58-45.
Yeah. Yeah, so honestly, Minford's got to come out with a little faster start than what they normally have been doing as of late, just because of what this North Adams team can do so early in the game.
Yeah, we'll look at the starters tonight for both squads. For the Green Devils, it'll be number 2, a junior Jace Rothwell. Number 3, a senior Cody Hessler. Number 10, a senior Branson Copas. He's the District 14 Division III Player of the Year. It'll be number 14, a junior Carson Osborne. And number 23, another junior Breeston Schweikert. For the Falcons, it'll be number 2, a 6'2 senior Troy Rhodes. 5'10 junior number 10, Miles Montgomery. 5'10 senior number 11, Jeff Pika. 6'4 junior number 34, Jackson Shoemaker. And a 6'6 junior number 41, Bennett Kaiser.
Our officials today, Kyle Moss, Dash McNeil, Josh Groves, and our alternate is A.J. Collins. No offense to Mr. Collins. We hope we don't see him because that means an injury to the top three guys. Should be a good crew tonight.
Basketball 30 in the convo. Schweikert and Kaiser to the center circle. And we are underway from the Convocation Center in Athens, Ohio. Division III District Final underway.
Big thing the first time these two teams met, Breeson Schweikert, who averages over 11 points a game, didn't score. Already knocks down a three here.
Top of the key three for Breeston Schweikert. 3-0 lead for North Adams. First trip now on the offensive side for Minford. Shoemaker top of the key now. Troy Rhodes skip pass near side to Pika.
Trying to get it inside. Cody Hessler being very physical inside.
Top of the key three. Troy Rhodes answers with a triple of his own.
Big time shot by the senior.
Knotted up a three apiece. Left wing now with Rothwell. Brings it into the corner. Kopis way downtown, can't get it to go. Rebound Kaiser. On the break, Kaiser inside with the right hand, won't go. Rebound Schweikert, Green Devils with numbers the other way. Rothwell lays it up and in for two.
Yeah, just Breeson Schweikert, he's gonna outfight you for everything as he does on that rebound. Good outlet.
3/4 court pressure, no problem for the Falcons. Montgomery one-on-one with Kopis. Strong defense out to Pika, way downtown, off the back iron. Rebound goes with the Falcons. It's Troy Rhodes, not Montgomery. Top of the key three, counted and the foul.
Yeah, just way too much into the body by Kopis there. Big time shot from Miles Montgomery. Gets a chance for the 4-point play. We saw one of those last night.
Exciting matchup between Fairfield and Federal Hocking in the nightcap last night. If you didn't get a chance to catch it live, Carson Francis and John Bruce had the live call. I'd say up to this point, the most exciting game we've seen here at the Convo.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty good ones, but that was by far the best one so far.
Falcons now out in front, 7-5. 4-point play for Montgomery. Now Kopis drives the other way. So we have a whistle before the shot. It will be Jackson Shoemaker. Check that. It will be Jeff Pika picking up his first foul tonight.
Yeah, we've got two just super dynamic point guards. Montgomery more north-south, a lot of east-west from Kopis, but both of them can really score it at a high level.
Kopis inbounds. Osborne from the corner connects.
Carson Osborne comes into the game with 32 made threes, only a 28% three-point shooter, but buries his first shot of the game.
Kaiser now the other way, poked out of bounds by the Green Devils. It'll stay on this end with Minford.
See Connor Young check in for the first time. 6.5 points a game. Really good three-point shooter, 40% from three. Checks in for their defensive standout, Cody Hessler.
Rhodes to Shoemaker, top of the key three, in and out. Rebound Kaiser, stick back is good.
That's the type of stuff that the Green Devils can't have. You cannot let Bennett Kaiser get going on the offensive glass.
53-35 win over the Green Devils back on December 12th in Seaman for the Minford Falcons, looking to make it 2 in a row over North Adams.
The Kaiser 15 points, 21 rebounds in that win. Just absolutely dominated the game, especially in the second half.
Schweikert left side three, can't get it there. Easy rebound for Jackson Shoemaker. Pass inside to Kaiser over the head of the 6'6 junior. Steal for Rothwell. Rothwell, nice find to Schweikert. North Adams back out in front, 10-9.
You got to stop the ball and make sure you find everybody in transition against this North Adams team, or you're going to get burnt. 4th lead change in the first 4 minutes of the game already.
Halfway through the opening quarter of this afternoon's Division III district final, 10-9 lead for North Adams. Minford looking for their first district title since 1995. North Adams looking to repeat. Shoemaker on the low block, one-on-one with Schweikert, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound for Shoemaker, put back won't go. Once again, corrals the offensive rebound, can't connect from underneath eventually. Carson Osborne brings down the rebound for North Adams.
Yeah, a lot of chances inside for Shoemaker. Tried to go through a little too much contact there, which I think is why he missed that last shot.
Osborne now way downtown, puts it in.
Osborne with another deep triple. Not the highest percentage of three-point shooters, but he had a really good game here last year against Minford in the district finals. Off to a hot start already.
Pika feeding underneath. Shoemaker taken away by Breeston Schweikert. Big-time defensive play by the junior. Chance now for the Green Devils to extend their 4-point lead over the number 2 seeded Minford Falcons. Rothwell out to Schweikert, who pump fakes the 3, now near side with Kopis. Driving, scoop layup rejected by Kaiser, who's called for the foul. First foul tonight for Bennett Kaiser.
Called it on Rhodes.
Second team foul.
Yeah, it wasn't on Kaiser, so I don't know who it was going to be called on. I think it was just pick a number at that point.
So it will be the first foul for Troy Rhodes as Kopis is unable to hit.
I believe they say ball don't lie.
Second team foul for the Falcons here in the first quarter.
Kopis, a 72% free throw shooter on the season.
Cade Glockner checking in for Jeff Pika. Second free throw for Kopis is good. Lead up to 5 for North Adams. Montgomery across half, now to Glockner, right back to Montgomery. 2:25 to go in the first, 14-9 lead for the Green Devils. Rhodes. Feed to Kaiser in the low post. Dribbles is off his foot as Rothwell corrals the loose ball. Another turnover for Minford. Rothwell now the other way. Up with the left hand over top of Bennett Kaiser. And in for 2. A 7-point lead for North Adams. Timeout, Minford.
Yeah, Jace Rothwell, he's not scared of anybody, but he does a really good job there of using the rim as a protection. Because, I mean, he's 6'2", trying to shoot over to the 6'7", super athletic Bennett Kaiser isn't going to work out real well. But if you use that rim as a protector, you can get a little extra room on it like he did right there. 4 points early for Rothwell, biggest lead of the game for the Green Devils.
First timeout tonight for either team. It will be the first for Coach Josh Shoemaker. Still 5 remaining for the Green Devils. We alluded in the pregame that this is a team that comes out of the gates swinging, and they've done just that here in the first 6 minutes of the first.
Yeah, they're not scared to play anybody. They're not going to back down from anybody, and they're going to come out and they're going to show you that immediately. Now, 3 turnovers early for Minford. I don't have the exact numbers on how many have led to points, but I believe it's all of them. No turnovers yet for North Adams, and that's really been the difference at this point.
Falcons now into the half court, trailing by 7. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first. Entry pass to Kaiser, nearly taken away by the Green Devils. It will be Connor Young who's called for the foul.
Now they're almost trying to force it into Kaiser in spots where he's not normally getting it. I would like to see them run a little bit of their same offense where he's getting some of the high-low action as opposed to just trying to lob it in because he's got the size advantage.
Montgomery thought about the deep 3, dribbles into a 15-footer off the front iron. Shoemaker and Schweikert tied up. Jump ball is called. It will stay down on this end with Minford.
Yeah, good job battling in there from two kids that play with a ton of heart. And, Schweikert undersized, but he's going to play as hard as anybody in this gym.
Pika into Kaiser, fading away from the left side of the floor, can't connect. Osborne the rebound. Kopus now driving the other way, can't get it to go off the glass as Montgomery called for the shooting foul.
He's so quick east to west that if you back off of him, he's going to be able to shoot from three. I mean, he's a 32% three-point shooter, so you don't want to back off too much. And if you get too far into him, he's going to get around you. So he's a really, really difficult matchup.
Kopus splitting the pair the first time to the line.
Although he's going to have to figure it out from the line pretty quick.
Troy Rhodes back in for Cade Glockner. Falcons typically only going to go 6 deep, potentially 7, with Gavin Downey being the 7th man from time to time. Kopus unable to knock down either of the pair. North Adams much different, going a little bit deeper than the Falcons.
Although when we saw him over at Fairfield, we didn't see Connor Rogers in that game.
Montgomery, nice find to Kaiser, off the glass and in. Chance for a 3-point play now for Bennett Kaiser.
Nice drive and kick there by Montgomery, and Kaiser finishes through a little bit of contact for the score.
Bennett Kaiser, a fellow District 14, Division III, all-district selection.
19.1 points a game. He's been outstanding over the last 2 seasons for the Falcons.
Less than a minute to go in the first, 16-12, North Adams. Feed right side, Osborne can't knock down the triple.
It was online, just a little long. Would have been 3 for 3 for Osborne in the early going.
North Adams looking for their 5th district title all time. And a chance to go back-to-back, winning last year in the district final over Minford. $15 to go in the first. Montgomery backs it out. Near side, 7 to shoot, off the screen. Montgomery feeds to Rhodes, right corner 3, can't hit. Offensive rebound for Kaiser, unable to get a shot off, and that'll take us to the end of quarter number 1. A 16-12 lead for the Green Devils as we head to quarter number 2. You're watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week, presented by Willie and Son Trucking, each week at SOSAOhio.com.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at OhioHealth.
Into this afternoon's Division III District Final. North Adams by 4, second quarter moments away.
Yeah, 6 for 9 shooting in the first quarter for North Adams. I mean, can't get much better than that. 3 of 6 from 3. Just, attacking the basket, doing a good job. Now Minford's going to come out in the zone. Minford only 4 of 13 in the first quarter, but they were able to cut it down to a 4-point game with that 3-point play by Bennett Kaiser to close out the scoring of the first quarter.
Cody Hessler checking back in for Coach Kopus. Feed inside to Rothwell. One-on-one with Shoemaker, fading away off the mark. Kaiser the rebound for the Falcons. Pushed ahead to Pika, he drives out to Kaiser now. Dribbles inside the free throw line off the back iron. Rebound Kaiser driving in. Finger roll putback is good.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go hammer that, but a little late. Stoppage in the middle of the paint makes him pull up for the layup. Down to a 2-point lead. Was up to 7 at one point.
Big time backdoor alley-oop slam from Jeff Pika to Bennett Kaiser in their win over Fairland in the district semi. Didn't get a chance to see it live on SOSA Shorts. On our YouTube page, one of the biggest highlights of the season for us. North Adams working through their offense. Kopis can't connect. Offensive rebound. Osborne underneath. Putback is good.
Nice job there by Osborne. And one of the things about taking that shot from Kopis, even though it seemed a little forced, it brought Bennett Kaiser out, so they didn't have the big rebounder in anymore.
Pika now the other way. Too strong off the glass. Osborne corrals the rebound for the Green Devils. Into the half court. Schweikert connects from downtown.
Good ball movement there by the Green Devils. Build that lead right back up to 7. Schweikert's got 8 already.
8 points on the night for Breeston Schweikert. Second leading scorer thus far for the Green Devils. 11.8 per game, 15 in the win over Ironton.
Thought Miles was going to pull that from Hamilton.
Montgomery, right side, in and out from downtown. Offensive rebound, Shoemaker keeps the possession alive. Pass out to Rhodes, hop step inside, through contact, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Rhodes, Montgomery for 3, can't connect. Another offensive rebound for the Falcons. Offensive foul on Jackson Shoemaker. That'll hand it back to North Adams with a 7-point lead, 5:23 to go in the first half.
Yeah, if you can't secure the rebound, get yourself in good position. You may be able to draw the charge right there as they were able to do so. Minford just not shooting very well at this point, but still only down 7.
Connor Young checks back in for Cody Hessler. Schweikert sets the screen. Kopis into Young in the left corner. Osborne to Rothwell now. Back to Young left side. Pump fakes the 3. Dribble drive out to Osborne for 3. Can't connect. Troy Rhodes the rebound for Minford. As he's fouled by Jace Rothwell. That'll be his first tonight. Also the first of this quarter for North Adams.
First team foul for the Devils.
And if you're not familiar with the new bonus free throw rule, at this point in the season, it's 5 every quarter to get into the double bonus.
And there is no 1-and-1 anymore.
Newly implemented rule by the OHSAA this season. Montgomery driving baseline. Tough layup is good.
Nice drive and finish there for Montgomery. He's got 6. And that's when, to me, he's the most dangerous, is when he gets downhill and gets to the basket like that. Good finish. Pretty acrobatic as well for the junior.
Cuts the Green Devils lead back down to 5. Schweikert left corner 3. Can't hit. Rebound Kaiser. Montgomery now up the near sideline. Penetrating inside. Reverse layup is good.
That's a pretty finish by Miles Montgomery.
Green Devils lead back down to 3 now. Schweikert skip pass near side to Young. Now Rothwell back out to Schweikert, left corner, top of the key with Kopis.
I think when they get the ball inside in that free throw line area, Rothwell's got to look to knock down a 15-footer there, because he's had a lot of room a couple different times. And we've seen him be able to knock that down before.
Rothwell drives out to Connor Young. Can't connect. Bennett Kaiser, another rebound for Minford.
8 boards already for Bennett Kaiser on the day.
Jackson Shoemaker, long range 2, off the mark.
Second foul on Branson Kopis.
Foul on Copus underneath. Montgomery corrals the offensive rebound. Baseline out of bounds play now coming up for Minford.
Yeah, pretty good miss there for Jackson Shoemaker, because if it's gonna get Copus into foul trouble, which he's probably not coming out unless he picks up a third, but he's gonna have to be a little bit more careful on the defensive end. You can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. They just subbed out Rhodes. Rhodes has to wait to come back in until the ball goes back in. Or Pico, whoever just came in.
So Troy Rhodes will sub in, presumably for Jackson Shoemaker at the next dead ball. Montgomery now inbounding baseline into Kaiser. Short range, fadeaway jumper, rolls around, can't connect. Offensive rebound, Montgomery keeps the possession alive. Montgomery way downtown for the tie, off the mark. Offensive rebound for Shoemaker, fouled on the putback. 2 shots coming up for the 6'4" junior. Minford controlling the offensive rebounds throughout the first half.
Yeah, not shooting very well, but they are rebounding like crazy, and that's the size advantage that they have in this game. Even though they're shooting only 28% from the field, they're still only down 2 because of that size and strength advantage that they have over the Green Devils.
Shoemaker knocks down the second free throw. Unable to do so, Schweikert the rebound for North Adams. Keeps the Green Devils lead at 2 with 2:37 to go in the second. Green Devils have led by as much as 7. Working the ball around the perimeter as Montgomery tips it out of bounds. Rhodes will now sub in for Shoemaker. Basketball will stay on this end with North Adams. Rothwell feeds to Copus, pulls up from 12, drops it in.
And that's another thing he can do, is like he doesn't have to be fully squared. When he pulls up, he gets his body re-squared, knocks down the 15-footer.
Extending the Green Devils lead to 4, 2 minutes to go in the first half. Falcons moving the ball around the perimeter. Peek at Montgomery, he drives down the right side of the lane, banks it in for 2. Cuts the Green Devils lead back down to 2.
Yeah, good job there by Miles, just seeing a little bit of a gap, and he's able to split it, finishes at the hoop. He's got a game-high 10.
Out to Rothwell, fires up a 3, he answers.
Good find by Connor Young inside. Rothwell, that's his 11th 3 of the year, doesn't shoot a ton.
Kaiser now the other way, can't answer. Offensive rebound, Kaiser, put back is no good. But we'll have a whistle and a foul. 2 free throws coming up for the District 14 first team selection.
That's going to be the second on Carson Osborne. Kaiser knocked down his first free throw attempt of the game. He is 1 for 1 so far. 2 for 2.
Falcons looking to trim down this North Adams lead in the final minute of the first half. Kaiser sinks the pair, cuts the lead for North Adams back down to 3. Copus walks it across the timeline for the Green Devils, less than a minute to go in the first half. Green Devils seemingly content with holding for last.
Yeah, if they can go into this with a lead and with Branson Copus with only 2 fouls, I think that they'd have to be pretty happy with that at this point.
Glockner and Montgomery now double teaming. Kopis driving, right-handed floater is good.
Yeah, the only problem with sending extra guys at him is he's so talented that he can find the holes. He does so and hits a nice little floater.
Green Devils now by 5. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Montgomery to Pika, 4 to shoot. Montgomery to Pika, dribbles into a three-pointer, can't connect. No shot at the horn as Schweikert unable to get the shot off nearly. Drops it in, wouldn't have counted, but would have been a pretty cool way to end the first half. But for North Adams, out in front by 5, 28-23 at the end of the second. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
There's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Parmar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Parmar has it. Download the Parmar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Parmar Rewards Card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
This presentation of high school sports on Southern Ohio Sports Authority is brought to you in part by your local McDonald's. McDonald's proudly supports all area athletes again this season. Visit your local McDonald's in Chillicothe, Circleville, Greenfield, and Waverly, and be sure to check out SOSA's newly relaunched podcast, Overtime, presented by McDonald's.
Welcome back to the Convo. Basketball 30 halfway through here in the first of 3 district finals here this afternoon. It will be New Lexington and Warren in the Southeast District's version of the Division II district final. We will not personally have that live stream. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. Now, we will have the nightcap tonight, although not really a nightcap with the start time of 4 p.m. We'll call it the afternoon cap between Wheelersburg and Northwest. That also a Division III district final. Should be a fun way to presumably wrap up our winter sports live stream coverage this season.
Yeah, it's been a really fun season, and I think that's a great way to finish. This was originally going to be the finish, but because the North Adams Green Devils ladies team is playing tonight over at Logan High School at 7 for a regional championship against Portsmouth, they moved this game from 6 o'clock to noon. Thankfully, it's Saturday, so we all were pretty free and were able to get down here nice and early, meeting at a nice facility in Chillicothe before making our way down here to the Roundhouse on Richland. So first half, Minford did not shoot well at all. 28.6% from the field, only 2 of 9 from 3 for 22%, but they absolutely dominated the glass, led by Bennett Kaiser with 9 rebounds, 7 rebounds for Jackson Shoemaker, 3 for Troy Rhodes, 2 for Miles Montgomery. Just dominated the glass, and that's what's kept them in this game. Only a 5-point deficit at the half. As we said, they haven't shot well at all, and I think they made their first 2 threes also. So it kind of stands out even more that they have not shot very well. But once again,
including a big and 1 3 for Montgomery.
So, Fed 4 lead changes, 1 tie. No lead changes since the first 4 minutes of the game. It's been all Green Devils since then. But the big thing that we talked about in the pregame is rebounding. And right now, huge advantage to Minford. It's just the fact that North Adams is shooting 57.9% from the field and 41.7% from 3, which is why North Adams is ahead. Even though they're one and done most times. They've had 1 offensive putback by Carson Osborne. But on the other end, Minford sometimes shoot until they scored. I know at one point, Jackson Shoemaker had 3 offensive rebounds on 1 possession, and they didn't score on the possession. So for Minford, the big thing's got to be take your time around the basket, finish, because you're getting the looks inside. You don't have to shoot a lot from 3. Last week, they were only 1 of 9 from 3 in the first half of that game against Fairland. Then they settled down, and they only shot 1 3 in the second half. The rest of the time, it was pounded inside. But North Adams is doing a really good job of not letting Bennett Kaiser get the ball in scoring positions like he's done in many other times this season. for the Green Devils. They are led in scoring by both Breeson Schweikert and Carson Osborne, as they both have 8 and 3 rebounds apiece as well. Knocked down a couple of threes. They're actually, Schweikert's 2 for 4 from 3, Osborne 2 for 3 from 3. 7 points for Jace Rothwell, including a couple of steals, and then 5 points for Branson Kopus. No points from Connor Young and Cody Hessler, but really good minutes from both. Connor Young has actually got a couple of assists as well. For the Falcons, they're led by Miles Montgomery with 10, as he really started to get downhill and score there late in the half. A couple rebounds as well for him. 9 points, 9 rebounds for Bennett Kaiser. 3 points, 3 rebounds for Troy Rhodes. 1 point and 7 boards for Jackson Shoemaker. Big thing at this point, I think if you're North Adams, you have to feel decent. You probably feel like you should be up more because of how well you shot in the half, but at the same time, you still have a lead despite getting out-rebounded as heavily as they were in that first half.
Yeah, and one thing we were hammering home on is how, last year with Minford and North Adams, they met in the regular season. It was a 58-43 win for the Falcons at home. Then they eventually fall in the district final a year ago, 54-46 to North Adams, their first district title, I believe, since 2009. Very similar circumstances here, and so far it's been the same song and dance with North Adams out in front by 5 as we inch towards the second half of this afternoon's Division III district final. As regular season this year, it was a 53-35 win for the Falcons in Seaman over the Green Devils. Seems to be a very similar story this year at the Convo.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell you the rebounding numbers for that first game, but right now, this one is 21-7 for the Falcons. Huge difference, which is why they're only down 5. But kind of, to me, as a guard, fun stat, there's only been 4 turnovers in the game, all of which have came from Minford. So North Adams knows what they need to do to win this game. They've done a really good job overall. They just got to rebound a little bit better. Make sure that it's one and done on these possessions, because other than that, they're playing very well.
Another interesting thing I actually noticed just a few minutes ago, that when you look back to previous district titles from both teams, a chance presumably now for it to be 1 year after the other, as in North Adams wins it 1 year, Minford wins it the next. When you look back to the 1995 season and the 1996 season, you had Minford winning it in 94 and 95, and then North Adams winning their first ever district in 1996. So the order would be flipped, but the formula would still be there to where their schools are winning district titles back-to-back.
Yeah, and, there's 2 seniors on Minford, 2 seniors on North Adams. It wouldn't surprise me to see these teams playing for district championships next year in whatever format that's going to be. We don't know if they would be in the same division. We don't know if there's going to be districts still next year with the new divisions, as we're going to be going to 7 divisions next year. So that's one of the reasons why we wanted to come down here and get as many of these games in as possible here at the Convo, because we don't know if this is going to happen again. Hopefully it does. Well, we won't know until May at the earliest, and then who knows at that point if that's going to that decision's going to be made at that point.
A little over 2 minutes to go here at halftime. We'll take a quick break before coming back for the second half. You're watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband.
Get it together. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
Richer. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at OhioHealth.
28-23 is our score at the half. Green Devils by 5, 1:15 left here at the break. Now, John, looking towards the second half, any adjustments potentially for North Adams to keep this lead in their favor, and what does Minford have to do to change the tide here in the second half?
To me, Minford's got to try to speed up North Adams a little bit, try to make them take their shots a little out of, how they want to get in their offense. If they can get them out of sort offensively, you might be able to get the ball out and run a little bit. And I think really for Minford, I think you got to go, you got to still try to get the ball inside, but I think you got to go the high-low game that they can definitely run. But if you can get either Kaiser or Shoemaker at the free throw line, extended, maybe a little higher, and then dump it in to their partner inside, you're going to have a little more success than trying to lob it in from the wing where the backside help is there for North Adams. I think North Adams, you got a team rebound. You got to have all 5 guys go at the boards every time. Don't worry about fouling in that situation, but you got to make sure you're keeping it to where Kaiser and Shoemaker, they can't have 16 rebounds between the two of them again in this half for North Adams to win, in my opinion.
Both teams will be starting off personnel-wise the exact same as they started off the contest. Rothwell, Hessler, Kopis, Osborne, and Schweikert for North Adams. Rhodes, Montgomery, Pika, Shoemaker, and Kaiser. For the Falcons, first possession of the third goes with Minford.
Oh, and I would have liked to see Kaiser go even harder there.
Montgomery down the lane, can't get it to go. Tough layup for Montgomery, unable to connect. Falcons come up empty on their first trip on the offensive side. Can't say the same for North Adams. Finger roll layup for Kopis. North Adams by 7.
That was a pretty finish there by Branson Kopis. I like the drive by Miles Montgomery, but right now Kopis is guarding. I don't know what we got. Oh, we got a little wet spot inside. But right now Kopis is guarding Bennett Kaiser, and if I'm Minford, I'm going right after Kopis because he's got 2 fouls. Try to get him a third one, because he's very physical. For as slender as he is, he's a very physical player. Maybe you can pick up a third, get him into some foul trouble here early. But right now, back up to the biggest lead of the game at 7 for the Green Devils. Safety first here at the Convocation Center.
Entry pass to Kaiser, left elbow. Now to Pika, back to Montgomery, left wing. Rhodes, right side 3, off the mark. Breeston Schweikert the rebound, pushed ahead to Rothwell. Across the timeline, Rothwell, give and go with Cody Hessler. His shot is good, largest lead of the night for the Green Devils. Full timeout. For the Falcons, we'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
Everyone, Mike Glockner.
I'm Brandon Callahan.
Of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at GlocknerCDJR@Portsmouth.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
You look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at OhioHealth left cancer in the dust.
Second timeout this afternoon for Coach Shoemaker. 4-0 run to begin the third for North Adams.
And North Adams has scored twice in transition so far. Maybe not the traditional transition that you think of, but moving the ball quickly down court, and they've gotten 2 wide open layups to start. Dynamite start to the second half for North Adams.
Minford still looking for their first points this quarter. Pass to Rhodes, right side. Now Pika near side, Rhodes top of the key, right back to Pika, into the corner. Montgomery feeding underneath the Kaiser, double team. Ball is loose on the floor. Kaiser for a moment has possession eventually. Jace Rothwell comes away with the basketball. On the break, Rothwell to Schweikert. He finishes up top for two. North Adams out in front, 34-23. 6-0 run to begin the second half for the Green Devils. Largest lead of the night at 11. Montgomery to Shoemaker, up top for the layup, counted and the foul. First points this half for the Falcons. Potentially a chance for a three-point play.
And that's a huge play because the momentum was all going with North Adams. But then Miles Montgomery comes down, hits a nice little floater inside to his classmate, Jackson Shoemaker. Now he's got a chance for the three-point play. He's got 3 points now on the night.
Shot on the way from Shoemaker is good. Completes the three-point play, 34-26 is our score now. Cade Glockner will check in for Shoemaker, who exits with, I believe, 4 points tonight.
Yeah, I think this may have been a defensive switch right there, just to get a little quicker inside, especially against this team that is super quick that North Adams has.
Lead back down to 8 for the Green Devils. Rothwell working inside, up and under, gets it to go. What a play from Jace Rothwell.
Yeah, the junior just really heady inside. Knows that Kaiser wants to block the shot. Nice ball fake, steps through. He's got 11.
10-point lead now for the Green Devils, one shy of their largest lead tonight. Montgomery looking for the give and go. Now Rhodes, right side of the floor. Working on Rothwell, taken away by Branson Kopus. Green Devils with numbers. Kopus underneath, stripped and out of bounds. Last touched by Jeff Pika. We'll stay on this end with the Green Devils as Connor Young checks into the contest for Cody Hessler. Baseline out of bounds play now for North Adams.
Yeah, this kind of been, Kessler's playing the first 2.5 minutes of the quarter, and then they're going to Connor Young. Hessler's doing a nice job overall.
Rothwell inbounds to Kopus. He backs it out to half court. 5:10 to go in the third. 36-26 NA. Schweikert feeds to Rothwell. Turnaround, right-handed shot is good.
That's 6 points here in the third quarter for Rothwell. That's a great find by Breeson Schweikert.
13 points on the night for Jace Rothwell.
He's 6 for 7 from the field.
Pika penetrates with the left hand, rolls it in for two. Big time shot for Jeff Pika.
Yeah, as I was getting ready to say, big time basket there by the senior. Knows they need a basket, goes in, gets to the hoop, and finishes.
First 2 points of the night for Pika. Brings the Falcons back within 10. Osborne to Kopus, way downtown, got it.
He knocked that down from Hamilton. 10 now for Kopus.
Largest lead of the night for North Adams. 13-point lead, 41-28. 30-second timeout for the Falcons.
Yeah, largest lead of the game. And I'm going to keep making geography puns as long as people are going to shoot from
Great American Ballpark.
Yeah.
Around that area.
Yeah, knocking down the three for Kopus. They're now 46.2% from the field in the game, 68% from the field so far today. Minford's got to figure something out defensively at this point in time because they're still scoring a little bit here and there, but the defensive end at this point, it's just 6 for 6.
It's hard to defend 68% shooting, especially 46 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, when they're knocking down three-pointers like they are, it makes it to where that opens up everything inside, and that's what they've been able to take advantage of so far in this game. And that's why you got a 13-point lead right now for the Green Devils.
Reminder later on tonight, the other Division III district final Northwest and Wheelersburg. We will have that live here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. That contest slated for a 4 p.m. start time here at the Combo.
Back to the zone for North Adams. I like the switching of the defenses right now by Coach Kopus.
Glockner back to Pika, right side three, can't connect. Schweikert brings down the rebound for North Adams. Lead remains at 13 for the Green Devils. On the break, Rothwell out to Osborne, skip pass to Schweikert right side. Rothwell now penetrates out to Kopus, another deep three, this time can't hit. Pika the rebound, he is fouled underneath the basket.
A little bit of a heat check there.
Will be Carson Osborne, who's called for the Green Devil foul, as Cody Hessler will re-enter for Carson Osborne.
And that could be kind of big. That's his third. He's got 8 points, 3 of 5 shooting, 3 boards, doing a nice job overall. But the third foul, that could loom large.
Troy Rhodes also re-entering for Coach Shoemaker. Kaiser loses the handle. Hessler with the steal. Pushed ahead to Rothwell. Green Devils by 15.
Yeah, every turnover leads to points on the other end for North Adams. 7 turnovers for Minford, none for North Adams.
Rhodes to Pika. Now back out to Montgomery. Over to Rhodes, dribbles out. Kaiser, left corner three, can't connect. Thrown back into play by Rhodes. Nice find to Montgomery. His shot off the window is good.
Big play there by Troy Rhodes. Can't let this thing get too out of hand if you're Minford at this point.
Hessler to Young, short range jumper, no good. Rhodes corrals the rebound, pushed ahead, far sideline to Pika. Feed to Kaiser, underneath, slams it down.
Yeah, good feed, just a little too aggressive by Breeson Schweikert, trying to get the steal there. Leads to the dunk for Bennett Kaiser.
Kaiser brings the Falcons to within 11 with authority. 43-32 North Adams. 2:08 to go in the quarter. Into the corner, Schweikert fires up a three, puts it in. Lead back up to 14 for North Adams. Rhodes now the other way, cut off by Young, back out to Montgomery. He feeds to Kaiser, fade away, short range jumper is no good. Another rebound for Breeston Schweikert. His 6th of the night. Kopus now driving, puts it in with the right hand.
Just too quick.
Montgomery the other way, loses the handle under pressure, gets it out to Shoemaker. Pika now drives out to Rhodes, right side three, yes!
Big time shot from Troy Rhodes.
6 points on the night now for Troy Rhodes.
Every time it feels like it's about to completely turn, Minford makes a big play to at least stay a little bit within range.
Give and go, Kopus underneath, it's good. Branson Kopus with 14 on the night.
But they are just rolling offensively, are the Green Devils.
Lead is back up to 15, Montgomery the other way.
That was really good defense by Cody Hessler.
Foul
I know it's going to be a foul, but...
Foul will, I believe, be on the floor, so it will be a baseline out of bounds play coming up for the Falcons as Cade Glockner comes in for Bennett Kaiser.
And the foul was actually on Connor Young. That was just really good defense from Cody Hessler to stay in front. And then I think Young fouled early enough to where it wasn't a shot. I think that would have been kind of a long form continuation there.
Rhodes fires up another three, this time can't hit. Offensive rebound, Montgomery, he takes it out to the corner where he's fouled from beyond the arc. 3 big free throws coming up for the 1,000-point scorer, Miles Montgomery.
Yeah, pretty big break there. As I don't know who they were boxing out, but there's 2 dudes boxing out right there. Ball ends up bouncing away. Montgomery picks it up, and then Connor Young just too hard on the closeout, leading to the 3 free throws here for Montgomery.
First shot for Montgomery is good.
It's 2 for 2 at the line.
Two more coming up for the junior.
14 now on the game for the Minford junior, as you said. First team All-Ohioan a year ago. I would guess he will be on one of the 3 All-Ohio teams this coming in a week or two.
Montgomery, a perfect 3 of 3 from the charity stripe, brings the Falcons to within 12. Kaiser back in for the Falcons. Gavin Downey checks in for the first time tonight.
Downey, a nice athlete, hasn't got a ton of run, but he's going to bring some athleticism, and I'm assuming some defensive prowess out there to help try to counteract how athletic and quick this North Adams team is on the offensive end.
Osborne back in for Hessler on the Green Devils side. Into the corner, Connor Young from 3, can't connect.
Double-double now for Bennett Kaiser.
.20 seconds to go in the third. Kaiser puts it on the floor, driving inside. Finger roll layup is good.
Good finish from Kaiser. 13 and 10 now for the junior.
7 seconds to go in the quarter. Feet underneath, Schweikert can't control the pass, brings it out beyond the arc where he's fouled by Kane Glockner. Only the first this quarter, so really a good foul for Glockner. Only 1 second now for the Green Devils to presumably catch and shoot.
Also the first team foul.
It will be Rothwell inbounding near side for North Adams.
That was going to be a really tough place to get a shot off, but still a pretty good foul there.
Into Copus, off in time, can't get it there.
Yeah, that's about where the shot was going to be coming from anyway. But good job by Minford. Cut it back down to 10 as we go to the final quarter.
We'll head to the fourth, 50-40 lead for the Green Devils with 8 minutes to go in regulation. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
Everyone, Mike Glockner.
I'm Brandon Callahan.
Of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at GlocknerCDJR@Portsmouth.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
Look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at OhioHealth left cancer in the dust.
Three quarters down, 1 to go here this afternoon from the convo. A 10-point lead for North Adams. 8 minutes to go in regulation.
Lead's been up to as much as 16.
First possession of the quarter is with the Green Devils. Clinging on to a 10-point lead. Skip past to Schweikert as he's fouled on the floor by Glockner.
Second foul for Glockner. Not the worst thing to get a foul early because you're down 10, so right now you're probably thinking we're eventually going to have to foul. So not the worst thing there. 63.6% from the field for North Adams so far. They still don't have a turnover in this contest. 41.2% from 3.
Rothwell puts it on the floor, out to Osborne. Now top of the key, Connor Young. Tough defense from Montgomery. Copus driving out to Osborne, who backs it out. Top of the key, Rothwell now. Time-consuming possession for the Green Devils.
Yeah, really smart play so far. They're not rushing anything. And especially with Minford in the zone.
Over 60 seconds gone this possession alone for North Adams. Into Copus, thought about the 3, instead brings it out. Where Kane Glockner will be called for his 3rd foul this afternoon.
I don't know what happened on the baseline, but the North Adams faithful weren't real pumped. But yeah, 64 seconds off so far in the quarter. I think they're probably going to go back to a man look here as they're bringing in a little more size.
Pika and Shoemaker in for Troy Rhodes and Cade Glockner. North Adams remains the same.
The thing that makes North Adams a really tough matchup is all their guys can handle the ball.
Kopish, triple team, top of the key. Schweikert, left wing three, puts it in. Breaston Schweikert from downtown puts North Adams up by 13.
16 now for Schweikert. That's 6 assists for Branson Kopis as well.
Montgomery give and go, fade away, shot from beyond the arc is good.
Had to have it.
Montgomery answering on the other end.
But you still got to get stops.
Stalemate quarter thus far, 3 points apiece. Kopis passes out of a 15-footer, top of the key with Rothwell, who's double-teamed. Osborne to Schweikert near side. Kopis, nice find to Rothwell, inside, blocked by Kaiser on the putback as well. 2 big defensive plays by the 6'6 junior. Montgomery, right side three, can't hit. Another rebound for Breaston Schweikert, who pushes it up the far sideline to Branson Kopis. Kopis spinning, stepping through with the right hand, drops it in for 2.
He's just got such great body control. Finishes another one.
Full timeout for the Falcons, trailing by 12, 5:31 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at OhioHealth.
55-43 is our score. 5:31 to go in the fourth. Northwest and Wheelersburg, the other Division III district final, coming up at 4 p.m. this evening. That will be live here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. John and I will be back for what will presumably be our final live stream call of the season.
Yeah, we'll probably spend a little bit in the Roar Room coming up, getting ourselves rejuvenated. That one should be a fun one. Long way to go here, though.
Out of the timeout, the Falcons move the ball around the perimeter. Kaiser drives, jump step, shot is good.
15 now for Kaiser. Couple blocks, 10 boards. Having a really nice game overall.
Near side, Miles Montgomery called for the foul.
3 now in the quarter. Only his second.
It's a 13th foul for the Falcons.
Third foul this quarter for Minford, 0 thus far for North Adams. Osborne into Young. Kaiser, hard foul, far sideline. That'll be the 4th this quarter for Minford, first tonight for Kaiser.
Yeah, now you got to be a little smarter. You can still try to get the jump balls because you have the possession arrow if you're Minford. But if you want to start fouling now, I mean, Schweikert maybe. I know he's only a 52% free throw shooter, but he's got so much confidence that I don't know if he'd miss.
Connor Young finds a wide open. Jace Rothwell connects on the other end.
Great find there by Connor Young. 17 now for Jace Rothwell.
Montgomery to Pika, top of the key three, off the front iron, rebound Rhodes. Feed to Kaiser, underneath, answers.
Yeah, the basket's starting to add up for Minford. So North Adams has to stay consistent on the offensive end.
Breeston Schweikert, left side three, can't hit. Offensive rebound, Kopus around half court. Kopus fouled, 15th foul this quarter for Minford. So he'll head to the line for 2 shots.
Well, even on that, I think it was Rothwell keeps the ball alive. Then Connor Young keeps it alive again, knocking it to Kopus. And then Kopus getting fouled, where he hasn't shot particularly well today at the line. He's now 3 for 5. He's got 17 points.
Second shot now for Kopus. He knocks down the pair. Green Devils by 12 halfway through the fourth. Montgomery way downtown, can't connect. Troy Rhodes the rebound, feed to Kaiser, second chance opportunity is good.
Rhodes doing a big job keeping them in this game right now. That's 6 points in this quarter for Bennett Kaiser.
19 points, 10 rebounds on the night for Kaiser. Rothwell drives out to Osborne, now Kopus. Around half court. Skip pass near side to Rothwell from Osborne.
Foul charge for Bennett Kaiser, that's his second. Team is over the limit. Carson Osborne at the line.
Carson Osborne, a 79% free throw shooter on the season. This is the first.
In and out on the first. Remains a 10-point lead for North Adams. One for 2 on the trip for Osborne. Pushes the lead to 11 for the Green Devils. 3:33 left in regulation. Rothwell nearly pitched the pocket of Kaiser. Jeff Pika corrals the loose ball. Kaiser, deep top of the key three, off the mark, rebound Rothwell. Falcons come up empty on the offensive end. Green Devils faithful beginning to show life. As Kaiser comes away with the steal on the fast break, finger roll layup is good.
First turnover.
For the first time in quite some time, Minford is within 9. 3-on-1 break. Osborne over to Schweikert. His layup is no good underneath. Offensive rebound for Osborne. Put back is good. Full timeout for the Green Devils, their first tonight. We'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
There's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Parmar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Parmar has it. Download the Parmar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Parmar Rewards Card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
This presentation of high school sports on Southern Ohio Sports Authority is brought to you in part by your local McDonald's. McDonald's proudly supports all area athletes again this season. Visit your local McDonald's in Chillicothe, Circleville, Greenfield, and Waverly. And be sure to check out SOSA's newly relaunched podcast, Overtime, presented by McDonald's.
62-51 is our score. 2:51 to go in the fourth. North Adams seemingly closing in on their second straight district title.
Yeah, and plays like that where it looks like it's starting to go wrong still are going right for North Adams. You hit Carson Osborne inside. He fumbles it right to Schweikert, who misses probably the first layup of the game for North Adams. But then Carson Osborne just gets the board and puts it back in anyway. Good timeout by Coach Kopus, too, because it seemed like they're getting kind of loose, and that's something you don't want to do. You want to make sure you're finishing this game like you played it the whole game, very under control.
Falcons with the basketball, trailing by 11. Montgomery looking into the corner. for Troy Rhodes as we have a foul on the floor. It will be on the Green Devils.
So be on Rothwell, his second. The thing, though, with this Minford team, you've got 3 or 4 guys that can score the ball at a pretty decent level. So you're not completely out of it yet.
Shoemaker pulls through, dribble drive, connects on the layup.
6 points, 8 rebounds now for Jackson Shoemaker.
North Adams now quickly the other way. Rothwell passes it out to Connor Young. Back to Rothwell now, who is fouled on the far sideline. 2 shots coming up.
Statistically, probably a good person to foul, 68% on the year, but we watched him over at Fairfield just absolutely put them away at the line. I think he was 12 for 12 that game. So it's kind of been an up and down season for him at the line. And he knocks down the first. 18 now for Jace Rothwell.
Lead back up to 10 for North Adams. Make it 11. 2 of 2 on the trip for Rothwell. Jackson Shoemaker, top of the key 3, buries the triple.
Jackson Shoemaker.
Brings Minford within 8.
2 minutes to the Sweet 16.
And that's, to me, that's the smartest foul you can do.
Kaiser with a quick foul the other way, sends Schweikert to the line.
Schweikert didn't shoot well from the free throw line the other day. The scoreboard's wrong up here at the combo. We got it right here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
First shot for Schweikert is no good.
Yeah, the only place Schweikert really struggles at all is from the line. 52% coming into this game. Misses the first.
Second shot now for Schweikert is good. 9-point lead for North Adams, less than 2 minutes to go here in the fourth. Jackson Shoemaker, another contested 3 this time. His shot is no good. Rebound Osborne, he is fouled. He'll shoot 2 free throws on the other end.
Yeah, Shoemaker just knocked down the last one. Not a bad, probably want to get that a little bit closer, but at the same time with the time and score, you're trying to get quick scoring opportunities. Not the worst opportunity there. Once again, Osborne, 79% free throw shooter. He's 1 for 2 so far today.
First shot for Osborne is good. Warren and New Lexington fans beginning to pile into the convo. A Division II district final coming up next here at the Roundhouse on Richland as Carson Osborne knocks down the pair. Troy Rhodes, deep 3 from the right wing, can't connect.
I think someone...
We have a foul away from the ball.
Kaiser with a foul, his 4th.
Falcons, so 2 free throws on the other end for Breeston Schweikert.
It's called on Kaiser. I don't think Schweikert was going to go physically that out of control with his body without being assisted in some way.
Cage Lochner returns for Jackson Shoemaker.
Oh of 2 on the trip for Schweikert. Montgomery pushes it ahead to Pika. Nice pass across the key to Troy Rhodes. He finishes the layup. Kopus now the other way, fouled far sideline by Montgomery.
Kopus 4 of 6 at the line so far today. Good foul there by Miles Montgomery.
Kopus at the line. Double bonus.
Knocks down the first. Copus has kind of had a quiet 19. Feels like he's done a little bit of everything, but he has done very well scoring the ball as well.
Copus knocks down the pair. Green Devils by 11. 1:15 to go in the fourth. Montgomery way downtown, puts it in. Falcons within 8. Montgomery a steal the other way. Corner 3, can't connect. Rebound Schweikert, he is fouled shortly thereafter.
Almost a huge break there for the Falcons. It's going to be 5 now on Bennett Kaiser. Really good game. I'll say probably really good season for Kaiser. 21 points, 10 boards, a couple of blocks.
Two free throws now for Schweikert on the other end. He's got 17 tonight. 15 in the win over Ironton, only averaging 11.8 this season. Big 2-game stretch for Schweikert, as Coach Copus will use his second timeout tonight. It will only be a 30.
Yeah, it's, have you heard of the Yips? Yeah, it's a little bit like the Yips because, I mean, he's knocked down 4 threes in the game, Schweikert has. But at the free throw line, he just doesn't look like he has that same swagger and confidence that he does all over the court other than, at the free throw line. So I think this is probably Coach Copus calling timeout, get him kind of calm down a little bit. Like, hey, you got 17 and 8 in a district championship game right now. Just add a little bit to that. Just relax. You're our guy. Go knock these down, bud. Get a chance to make it a 9-point game once again. Still a minute 1 left. Now, Kaiser foul now's huge because, that takes away a dynamic player on both ends.
Gavin Downey checks in for Kaiser. Second shot now for Schweikert. Can't connect. Peak of the rebound, less than a minute to go. Into the corner, Rhodes, pump fakes, dribble drive, stripped by Copus. Now Rhodes with a steal the other way, can't connect on the layup. Gets his own rebound, takes it out beyond the arc, pass out to Montgomery. Thrown back into play. Will be ruled out of bounds. Last touch by Jace Rothwell, so it will stay on this end with Minford.
He may be saying that was an incidental whistle. This time. Good shooter, if I remember from the JV games.
Pika inbounds to Montgomery. He's double teamed. Pulls up, top of the key. Just can't connect. Schweikert the rebound. He's fouled once again.
They are very close to cutting this down to a 2-possession game multiple times here in this quarter. You got to give it to Minford for just fighting until the very end here. But let's see if Breeston Schweikert can slam the door shut now.
0 of 2 on the last trip to the stripe for Breeston Schweikert. 2 more free throws now with 36 seconds to go in the fourth. Unable to knock down the first. Keeps the lead at 8 for the Green Devils.
Hey, there you go, kid.
Second shot for Schweikert is good. 30-second timeout, North Adams.
Yes, it's really hard to defend a team like North Adams at this point. Jace Rothwell with 19. Branson Copus with 20. Carson Osborne with 13. Breeston Schweikert with 18. So that's all the scoring. It's all been between those 4 players. But if they've all got 13 plus and 3 guys at 18 or more, it's really hard to stop that. They're also shooting 64%. Cody Hessler is going to check back in shortly, although I don't think he made the first horn. we'll kind of see here. Yeah, they're going to say he didn't make the first horn.
Falcons basketball down by 9. 36 ticks to go in the district final. Montgomery across the timeline. Hands it off to Rhodes. Pulls a deep three. Well off the mark. Kopis the rebound. Pushed ahead to Rothwell. He looks to hold for last. Rothwell dribbles it out near sideline. 6 seconds to go. No, it's not deja vu for the second consecutive year. The North Adams Green Devils are district champions.
Yeah, just an outstanding effort from them from the tip to the finish. Just an outstanding effort from North Adams. Great season for Minford once again, but North Adams back to the Sweet 16 once again.
North Adams with their second consecutive district final in Division III. Their 5th all-time in school history. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back for the post-game show and trophy presentation ceremony. You've been watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband. Get it together.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
Richer. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at OhioHealth.
70-61 is the final from the Convo. Second consecutive district title for the Green Devils. Also, second year in a row, they knock off the Minford Falcons after falling by double digits to Minford in the regular season.
I would just not schedule them next year. That way, the first time you play them, you get it out of the way. Because that's, once again, same thing as last year, where it was a pretty dominant win in the regular season and then completely flipped in the postseason. This one was a little more dominant from North Adams than last year's was, as that was a tight game for most of it. But really, we had 4 lead changes in the first 4 minutes, and then really after that, it was all North Adams, and just a really impressive showing for the Green Devils. The Falcons will finish their season at 19-5. Led by Bennett Kaiser with 21 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks. Also 21 points and 4 rebounds from Miles Montgomery. 9 points, 8 rebounds from Jackson Shoemaker. 2 points, 4 assists for Jeff Pika, and then Troy Rhodes had 8 points, 8 rebounds. Really played well. Also had 5 assists in the game in my book. So just a really, a tough loss for Minford once again, but once again, an outstanding season. They're going to be one of the favorites in the SOC 3 next year, and then whatever division they're going to be in, they're going to be one of the favorites to make a deep tournament run, because you've got 3 outstanding seniors coming, or 3 outstanding juniors coming back. Some of those other guys got to develop. They got to have seasons like what Troy Rhodes and Jeffrey Pika gave them this year. They've got to have some of those guys step up and do that for them next year, for them to go to another level than what they've got to the last 2 seasons. For the Green Devils, just an outstanding team effort. 64% from the field, held Minford to only 39% from the field, 42% from 3 for North Adams. Just 4 guys went crazy for him offensively, led by Branson Kopis, 20 points, 6 assists. Just outstanding game for him overall. 19 points, 3 steals for Jace Rothwell. 18 points, 9 rebounds for Breeson Schweikert. 13 points, 5 rebounds for Carson Osborne. No points from Cody Hessler or Cody Young, but they combined for 6 assists in the game. Only 3 turnovers from North Adams. They all come in the fourth quarter when Minford started to turn the pressure up a little bit, but really just an outstanding performance from North Adams, and really a complete turnaround from what we saw on December 12th when we saw them the first time, when Schweikert didn't score in that game. He scores 18 tonight. They lose by double figures the first time. They win by 9 tonight. A lot of it's recent Schweikert with that complete turnaround. But just overall great effort. Jace Rothwell's been outstanding in our broadcast as well. And then obviously Branson Copas.
North Adams will move on to the regional semi next week. It'll be scheduled for next Wednesday here at the Convo, 8 p.m. start time. They'll take on Harvest Prep with a chance to move on to the Elite Eight.
I believe they take on Malvern. I think the other game is that one. Let me double check real quick. I might have confused you on the way down.
The Devils of North Adams.
They will play for sure on Wednesday. Good call. They will take that. A boy, Dewey. They'll take on Harvest Prep. Now, here's something about Harvest Prep. You hear Harvest Prep, you know they're a very good team. They're the 1 seed out of the Central. They're here pretty much every year. Early in the season at Shawnee State, Wheelersburg took them to the limit down there. So I feel like even though they're going to be bigger than this North Adams team, I feel like this team, if they play with that same level of confidence and just taking care of the ball, they're going to have a chance next Wednesday to pull off the upset. And really, this is just a really, really good team. Well coached, a lot of guards. You can tell they play for each other as well, as they had a ton of assists tonight. Really fun team to watch.
Regional semi as far as they made it a season ago before falling to South Point, who we saw a little bit earlier on last week fall to Wheelersburg in the district semi. 12-16 now at the Convo for North Adams. Once again, a chance to move on to the Elite Eight and the regional final next week when they take on Harvest Prep here at the Convo once again on Wednesday, 8 p.m. start time for that one. Minford ends their year 19-5. Very solid year in not only the league, you make it to the district final. Unfortunate you lose to the same team twice in a row, but a very valiant effort here at the Convo.
Yeah, just a really good season for the Falcons. Obviously they're frustrated because you lose the second year in a row to the same team, but you just, a lot to build on. Really good season overall for these kids, and they're going to come back and work even harder in the summer to make sure this doesn't happen a third straight year.
Second Division III Southeast District title game coming up later on this afternoon, scheduled for a 4 p.m. start time. Will be the Northwest Mohawks taking on the Wheelersburg Pirates. Trip to the Sweet 16 on the line in that one. John and I will have the live call once again scheduled for a 4 p.m. start time. But for the opener here from the Convo, that'll do it. Big thank you to Kenneth A. for making the trip down to Athens to run the camera, as well as all of our winter sports live stream sponsors that make each of our calls possible here at Southern Ohio Sports Authority. But that'll do it. Second consecutive district title for the Green Devils, 70-61 win for North Adams. You've been watching Ohio High School Boys District Tournament Basketball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.